Are you ready to get your sedge on? We're going to look at some of my favorite sedge species. Of course, there are just way too many. This is Pennsylvania sedge, penn sedge. Makes a great ground cover in dry shade, medium shade, even sunny conditions when taller plants are shading it out. Carex albicans is another favorite. It's a clumper, whereas penn sedge will run. White-tinged sedge is going to stay more where it is, but it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. The plants you see here are just a year old, coming out of from plugs. Here's another plug planting where the Carex albican is spaced further apart. You can see, geez, maybe we should have used a little bit more. That's okay, they'll fill in over time. Here's Carex rosea. Radiata is a close sibling. These are planted on 12-inch centers as well. Works good for dry to medium shade conditions in a variety of soils. A lot of our sedge are very, very adaptable. They don't just have to take shade or just have wet. Here's a mixture of several different sedge species in an urban landscape. And while you're mixing up sedge species, don't be afraid to mix in some forbs in there too. You can use early meadow ruse and wild columbines. Wild blue phlox is a wonderful one to mix in with your sedge gardens, especially if they're in half sun, like morning sun only or full shade. Look at that texture and the color, right? Here's Carex blanda. It's a type of wood sedge. Leaves are a lot thicker, a little bit more leathery, so it's different texture than some of the other sedges we've looked at here today. And then I'm going to show you another look here at the wood sedge. So this is when it's blooming and it's mixed in there with wild columbine. So it can look a little different based on site conditions. Here's sprengel sedge. I love this one. You can use it in wet sun, moist sun, or dry shade. It's taller than the other sedge we've looked at about 12 to 18 inches, whereas the other ones are probably 12 inches and shorter. So it gives you some nice variability. More variability here would be palm sedge, which definitely likes it wet and sunny, but medium conditions are fine. Its native range is definitely a little bit smaller, upper Midwest, compared to some of these other native sedge species we've looked at. One more sedge I want to show you today is called Carex brevior plains oval sedge. It tends to get really tall and flop over. That's just its habit. So, like for these clients here, we have them cut the sedge back by 50% in early June. That gives us a nice, more compact sedge layer. Use plugs. Put these things on 12-inch centers. The smaller size plants you can get, the more you can use, so you can have that living green mulch doing the work it needs to do to replace wood mulch. You can see this landscape here. We're just going to fan it out across all the killed lawn we have here, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful lawn replacement. So get sedgy, everybody. I hope you will try some of these sedges. There's so many out there right now, and they're just flooding the market, which is fantastic because they're going to replace wood mulch for us.